Yeah, I should have started it as I wasn't ready, but let me compose myself. Today, we'll be taking a look at not a gun model, surprisingly. Today, we'll actually be taking a look at a sculpture, if you will, in a weird way. This is Pigeon. Pigeon is a reoccurring character, one of the main characters, if you will, from Mike Tyson Mysteries. Mike Tyson Mysteries is a show that I fell in love with. I saw a whole bunch of clips on YouTube of basically Pigeon in particular, the character Pigeon, and his interactions with people and the way that he composed himself. And it's funny. It fit my sense of humor, and I really like the Pigeon character. Mike Tyson Mysteries is a show that I've now watched it through its entirety. I'm really happy with how the show is. It's a very good show. I highly recommend you guys watch it. And it's a show that I wanted to immortalize somehow. So I ended up making Pigeon from the show. This is, as far as I can tell, relatively close to the actual size of a pigeon. This is my first time really making a sculpture like this. I think it turned out really well for what it is. I'm very happy with it. There's a lot of posability going on with the actual thing itself, so I'm pretty happy with this. This is I've never rendered one of Pigeon in full 4K, so there's a little bit of graininess going on, so I apologize for that. But yeah, this is the end model. Like I said, there's some pretty good posability going on for this, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. And there's a couple other things that I did with Pigeon as well. So Pigeon inside the show is a pretty heavy drinker. He actually has this Blue Arrow beer brand that he has all the time. That's what he prefers to drink. So I actually ended up making a Blue Arrow beer can for him to start drinking. If you guys recognize this beer can, it's because it actually went into my cannons on my AK and AR. That's where this can came from. The top design for the can and the bottom design for the can are inspired by Nick Brick. Nick Brick has a can of whoop ass that he made actually. His were 5x5. I went with a 6x6 design. I think it fit the can aesthetic just a little bit better. But this is Pigeon with his wonderful Blue Arrow beer containers. And then I also have him flicking people off with a more angry expression on his face up on the eyes. Pigeon's pretty abrasive and known for not giving a damn about things. So I did want to include that as well. So you can pose him, like I said, to be able to use the feathers on his wings and turn them in ways that can flick people off, which is um, I'm happy with it. Honestly, I think I did a fantastic job with Pigeon. All things considered, I'm a Lego gun builder by nature, and a Pigeon is far from a Lego gun, but I like it. It turned out really, really well. This is what it looks like inside of LDD. This is the one with the middle finger sticking up because I did want to show some of the posability of the wings. So you can see that in its default form, there is a gap between the body here and there. There's a 4x4 turntable with the ratcheting piece here to get it to turn, and then there's the ball joint here as well. So you've got two areas of posability here basically, and to be able to turn the shoulder around, if you will. On the actual wing itself, both of the feather pieces are on joints so that you can stack them up. You get a pretty good feather effect out of using these wing pieces or rotor blade pieces from like helicopter sets and stuff like that. So you've got the flat wing alongside the body, but then you can also take and you can rotate and get the exact pose that you want for the wing to get the flicking off effect. You can turn these around so that he's holding the can. You can do a majority of that itself. This also lets you see underneath his body a little bit of some of the curves and everything that we've got going on. You can see that at the rear end is about 5-6 studs wide, and then up front it gets real thick, and I used a lot of bow slope pieces to try to get that nice natural curve look to it. I Actually, I ended up setting up the design for his back, his chest, and then his underbelly going back. I set all of that up as one continuous piece using some upside down techniques as we went to get these pieces with the bow slopes on them. And then I designed this around the outside of it. The tail feathers are just a whole bunch of the rotor pieces stuck on ball joints and just kind of put out in various different directions. This was a pretty fun thing to do. And all of these, since there are on ball joints, are all individually posable as well. So you can pose all of that. For his eyebrows, and this one you guys saw in his original happy kind of expression, I just used 3 of the tiles here. For the angry expression, I just switched to a stud circle and put a plate like that so that you cover up a little bit of the white in his eye and you get that more angry expression going on. I didn't intend for this to work out so well, but for some reason these pieces just really, really work for the nostrils on top of Pigeon's nose. I don't know why, they worked really, really well. The last little bit of posability is actually inside of the mouth. This was basically here to get the angle correct for the beak, but it turns out that it actually works really well for the fact that he can talk and open his lips up and down now as well. Not a whole lot of posability going on in the feet. These are rigid structures, basically, just to kind of hold him up. I don't have this model in real life, so I'm not sure exactly where his center of gravity is. I'm pretty sure that it'd be pretty front heavy and he would fall over. But what are you going to do, right? I sculptured and modeled this out. I'm really happy with how these feet turned out. I'm not a real big person on feet and being able to make feet. But these actually look really, really good for pigeon legs. So Technic pieces here with the Technic axle run through inside, and then to a joint piece here so that these can pivot back and forth this way. And then because this is only a one stud connection, you can also rotate the feet around as well. These are on hinges so you can move the 2 outside toes individually. But yeah, this is it for a 3D sculpture of Pigeon. Not exactly something that I thought I would ever make, but something I'm definitely happy that I made. Because Pigeon, like I said, is one of my favorite characters from the show. Probably my favorite character from the show. I really enjoyed the show. If you guys would like to watch the show, you can actually go check out Mike Tyson Mysteries on Hulu. All of the seasons are on Hulu, and they are uncensored as well. So you get to enjoy Pigeon's foul mouth. Get it? Because he's a bird. Without the bleeps that you usually hear, which is nice because the bleeps get annoying because Pigeon uses a lot of bad words. Be warned, it is probably your best bet that it's an 18+ show. If your parents are really against you watching anything with a lot of cursing, sexual themes, violence in it, then you probably shouldn't watch the show itself. So just letting you guys know. The actual show itself is very good, though, for an older audience. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is not our usual gun build, but I was really fond of Pigeon, and I enjoyed building this. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, come rate and subscribe for more videos similar to this one. See you guys later.